Duke the Dumpster Drosy? No, dude, it was Doink the Clown.
Speaking of Doink the Clown,
Dude,
Clown, guys, we are live. How's it going, everybody?
Let me tell you why the flying seated thing that Doink the Clown is going to win this bracket tonight. Okay,
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not on our list, so.
What? I will tell you one move that is not on our list that has never been kicked out of.
Okay.
The bonsai drop from Yokozuna.
That's great.
Bro, could you kick out of that if you wanted to?
No. The guy's like
that dude weighed like 600 pounds, man.
Yeah.
Dude, he would supposedly actually drop his ass off.
Oh my god.
I think
there's some videos.
I think he's broken somebody's rib.
Yeah, like you never wanted to have a return receipt coming from him because you knew exactly where it was going to be.
Yeah.
Look at Jason being a smart man, using the lingo.
Yeah, using the lingo.
But hey, you know what?
He didn't give you potatoes. I dropped. Did the crush.
Well, better, Dave? Look, let's start this pod here, and then we'll get going because we got a lot to do.
All right.
Yeah.
Do it.
Hello, and welcome to Three Guys and a Mic presents the One Wing Bracket, a 32-slot bracket-style tournament to determine the greatest wrestling finisher of all time. I'm your co-host, the Human Dart, along with
Jason Tsunami,
David Disaster,
Adrian Aftershock.
So is this are these our wrestling moves or like wrestling names?
Yes, superhero band wrestling names. Yes, it's all applicable.
All right.
Yes.
Although if we went to WWE, then we would just have to like get rid of our first names, and I would just be Disaster, and Adrian would just be Aftershock,
and
you'd be
just be a
Dart. You'd be Dart.
Yeah. Well, hey, welcome to the show this week. We're doing something a little bit different here. This was actually requested content from our fan Emilio out there. Thank you, sir. Good. This is a good recommendation. And millions.
Yeah. No.
So he suggested we do a bracket for best wrestling finisher. Normally we do 16 slots on this bracket, but man, it was hard. It was hard trying to whittle this thing down to 16 and include submissions and things like that. So you know what? We just said, fuck it. Let's do 32. Let's go crazy.
For our fans. Let's go crazy.
Yep. So a couple of disclaimers here right off the top. You may have noticed there are 4 of us. How is that going to work? Look, if we run into a tie, we're stealing this idea from another podcast that may have had this same idea called Bracket. I don't know. But we're using bracket busters here. So what happens if we get into a tie? We each have the opportunity twice to use a bracket buster to basically add an extra vote to break the tie and move on. We can only use those in the first 2 rounds, though. So once we get out of these first 2 rounds and we get into, I think, the final 8 matchups, or the final 8 contestants anyway, we're going to have to like hash it out like men.
Yeah. And also in classic Three Guys and a Mic brackets, we're going to be shuffling this thing pretty much right now.
Right here.
And so we don't know any of the matchups. Obviously, we know the 32 finishers, but we don't know how they're going to line up. So really anything could happen. Also, Doink the Clown could go up against, Stone Cold Steve Austin in the final.
I'm going Doink.
I know you will. Hopefully, I'm bringing in Adrian to help bring some sanity to these fucking votes.
Unlike most of our brackets, the first round is going to be the lightning round
because it's so fucking long.
Yeah.
And we're gonna try to get out of the first round as quickly as possible. So expect the first round to be a little hectic. You're gonna shed some tears because your favorite finishers, if they're on this list, they're gonna get cut in the first round. It's gonna be a bloodbath. So
yeah. Hey, one last disclaimer before we get going. I apologize. There's a lot of disclaimers here. You may be thinking to yourself, even after all these 32 moves, man, my favorite move isn't on there. It's just the way it is.
Because it wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
It happens.
It's just that easy.
There were a few last minute changes, even up to today. So, is this
even
list
right with live?
Yeah, is this list fully super comprehensive? We'd have probably had to go up to 64 to really encapsulate every possible decent finisher, but we weren't prepared to do that because that's not fun. Guys, are we ready for me to shuffle?
Let's do it.
Shuffle.
All right.
How many times did you shuffle it, Dave?
I shuffled it 5 times. 5 times. 5 times.
5 times.
All right, here we go. All right.
Where were you, Adrian? Come on, man.
I don't know, just leaving this out there like morons.
Adrian's like, I'm better than this. And all right, tournament has started. Josh, I'm sending you the first matchup.
All right.
I hate my life.
What'd you do, Dave?
Nope. You'll see. Fucking hate my god dang life.
This first matchup, it's already we're ready to go. All right, we got the label lock, which was introduced in somewhere in the 60s or the 70s. We're not quite sure just yet. Going up against a move, let me find it. It was introduced in 2011. This move actually has only had one person kick out of it ever. That was Kota Ibushi in 2012, I believe. The one-winged angel from Kenny Omega.
Label lock made famous by Bryan Danielson, I believe.
Danielson, yeah, and created by Gene LaBelle. Yep.
All right, so I'll go first.
Go ahead,
lightning round. I'm going to go one-winged angel here.
One-winged angel.
Josh.
One-winged angel.
Adrian.
I would go label lock, but all right.
All right. Josh, another matchup coming.
All right.
If I can text.
Dude, this is clunky as fuck, Dave.
Hey, look, you want me to just tell you what the matchup is then?
No. Oh, here we go. All right. Let's see.
Hey,
just give me the next few.
Yep, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Do it, Josh.
All right, so we got this finisher introduced in the early 80s sometime. From the Hulkamaniac, brother. The atomic leg drop. Going up against probably the best, rookie there ever was. Introduced in 1999 from Kurt Angle, the Olympic Slam.
Ooh.
Go ahead, Dave.
I'm going to go Olympic Slam here. Jason?
I'm gonna go damn it. Olympic Slam.
Atomic leg drop.
Olympic Slam.
So close.
All right. Jason or Josh.
I'm sorry. I'm stopping. We are not just going to fucking gloss over Hulk Hogan here. Okay, listen. Here's the deal. Okay?
Hulk Hogan's fucking out.
Bruh, that's fine. Listen, I'm not saying the atomic leg drop should win this bracket.
But
should it beat the fucking weak ass Olympic Slam? Yes, it should beat the Olympic Slam. Dude, the Olympic Slam sucks fucking dick, man.
No, apparently not.
The guy just lays on the ground.
Hulk Hogan
flops his leg on top of it.
No,
I knew this was gonna happen.
He doesn't just plop his leg down on him. This dude jumps 7 feet in the air and drops all 300 pounds of fucking stacked muscle on this dude's neck.
Look, you can technically give the the atomic leg drop to anybody, but so could I. But I could not.
No, you
Olympic
can't.
Slam.
You can't.
I could not Olympic Slam you, Josh, or anybody else for that matter.
Well, okay, then that should tell you how weak the finisher is. You should be able to do this to anybody.
Angle Olympic slammed anybody he went in the ring with.
Listen, here's the deal. Hulk Hogan doesn't deserve to be out in the first round. The man was a huge part of my childhood. I get it in his later year. Stop, Jason, stop. Shut up. Okay? Look, He's a big part of my life growing up. I get it. The man is not well regarded these days. He's had some issues. Okay, but man, the atomic leg drop should not be out right now. Okay, Jason, go ahead and say whatever bullshit you're gonna say.
Oh man, that's it. He was a big part of my. Hey, he got me into wrestling.
Ugh. Anyway, okay, next
Never
matchup.
there for the Hulk Hogan era, so it's Angle Slam by default for me.
Look, I had all the posters. All right, here we go. Next matchup, we have. This was introduced in 1998-ish from Jeff Hardy, the Swanton Bomb. Ooh. Going up against a move introduced in 1987 by Lex fucking Luger, the Torture Rack.
I'm snap picking the Swanton Bomb here. I don't even think it's close.
Swanton Bomb.
Josh.
Funny you should say that because the Swanton Bomb is trash. It's all about that Torture Rack.
Man, I'm going Swanton, man.
Oh no! Josh,
I credit the Hardy Boys for keeping me into pro wrestling when I was a kid. That's easy Swanton for me.
All right, here we go. We have a move introduced in 2014. This move has only ever had one person kick out of it, and that was very recently. Drew McIntyre kicked out of it. This is the End of Days from Baron Corbin. Going up against this move, the oldest move on the list, introduced in the 1830s by Abraham Lincoln. This is the Choke Slam.
By Abraham Lincoln?
That's the research I found.
What the fuck is going on?
What's he choke slamming?
I don't know.
He's choke slamming the South, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, it's choke slam. Dude, End of Days is absolute trash and shouldn't have made this list. I'm gonna try to right the ship.
Dave, you're an idiot. End of Days.
Josh,
it's definitely the End of Days.
Definitely choke slam for me.
All right, here we go. Okay, I'm just gonna end this unless somebody is gonna relent, because I feel like Josh and Jason are not. So I'm gonna fucking bracket buster this and get the fucking End of Days right the fuck out of here.
What if I want to use a bracket buster?
I called it first.
We can't. Yeah, we can only use one per matchup. All right.
I think that's a piss poor decision on your part, Dave.
Hey man,
listen, I agree. Look, the End of Days, dude. I get it. It's attached to a substandard wrestler.
Yes, okay, look, that's 100% accurate.
We're not here talking about the wrestler, dude. The move itself, it's like one of the only original moves that's come out in the last 20 years.
It's a rock bottom with more steps. Get it out of here.
Flatliner.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, Dave said it. Dave said it's a rock bottom. It's not a rock bottom.
It's a face buster. Anyway.
Days. Should have advanced. I would have used a bracket buster had I known this was how it worked. First come, first serve.
Well,
first come, first serve, Jason. All right, here we go. We got a move here introduced in 1996 from Chris Jericho, the Walls of Jericho / the Lion Tamer, however you want to talk about it. Going up against a move that was introduced in 1997. Bill Goldberg is credited with introducing this to the wrestling world, the Spear.
Oh, man. There's some history between those two. They hate each other.
I'm going to throw a vote to the Walls of Jericho. I think it's a big deal every time it's applied.
Well, no. When he uses the Walls of Jericho, it's a fucking Boston Crab. It's the Lion Tamer that's a big deal.
Whatever. I think the move holds weight.
I'm gonna go with Spear, only because.
Which variation, if you have one?
I mean, I like Edge's Spear and Goldberg's Spear.
It's Rhino's Spear is the one you go, but I respect
Rhino's
you.
Gore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Spear.
All right, Josh.
Every time I hear Spear, I see Roman Reigns doing a Spear, and it makes me want to throw up. I'm gonna go Lion Tamer.
All right.
Wow.
So that's actually kind of a hard one for me, man. Spear variation, obviously, it'd go to Rhino with the gore, but I'm going Walls Jericho. Also, the Lion Tamer variant.
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
The Lion Tamer just looks sweet, man. Whenever he cinches it in on some, like Rey Mysterio sized person.
Yeah.
We'll get into it next round.
All right, here we go. We got a move introduced in 1997 by everybody's favorite wrestler, apparently, Kurt Angle, the ankle lock.
Well, it was. I mean, he wasn't the first one ever to do it.
Look, that was the first person I could see credited to it.
I mean, Ken Shamrock came before him.
I would say Kurt Angle.
I'm sorry. You're right. 1997 was Ken Shamrock. I apologize. 99 was Angle. 97, Ken Shamrock. Good call, Dave. My bad. I just wanted to throw whatever his name was, Kurt Angle, onto the bus. Going up against a move introduced. It was introduced by this one wrestler in 2005, but it's actually created by another guy named Kenta. This is the Go to Sleep, mainly known for CM Punk.
I want to go to sleep every time I see this finisher performed. I'm gonna do the ankle lock.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
GTS.
Yeah, I'm going Go to Sleep.
That weak ass ankle lock. I broke a freaking ankle.
I mean, look, both of these moves are fairly low on my book. So
I agree with you on that.
All right, here we go.
Oh, wait, Josh, you didn't vote.
Yes, I did.
What did you say?
They said GTS.
I said,
go to sleep?
Yeah, go to sleep.
Oh, did you? Okay. All right.
I said GTS.
All right.
All right. Next move, introduced in 2003. It's the modern day atomic leg drop, the attitude adjustment from John Cena,
AKA the pimp slam or whatever the fuck it's called.
The attitude adjustment.
Pimp drop. My bad.
The FU. Going up against a move introduced somewhere in the 40s, but predominantly known for being used by the Iron Sheik, the camel clutch.
Dude, I'm gonna quickly pick the attitude adjustment because the John Cena's later part of his career won me over. John Cena's Megadeth, and I should have appreciated him when he was happening.
I'm gonna go with the attitude adjustment as well.
That move is terrible, and the camel clutch looks devastating. I'm going camel clutch.
Devastating.
I feel the same way about this one. I don't really care about these moves either way, but it's the worst Death Valley driver that I've ever seen in my life, but I'm going with it because I like Death Valley drivers, so attitude adjustment.
All right.
Yep.
Josh, by the way, you have all of round one. I have sent you all of round one.
Hey, that's good, dude. I'm glad I showed up for this thing since I'm just getting teamed up on now. So. All right, here we go. This is an interesting matchup right here. This next move, introduced in 1999. He was banned from doing this for a while, but then he brought it back recently. From Seth Rollins, the curb stomp. Going up against the finishing move that he took on since whenever his curb stomp got banned. Introduced by Paul Levesque, Triple H in 1995, the pedigree.
It is a good matchup, and I feel bad that one of these has to go. Because I feel like both of these could go far, but I'm going to go pedigree here because I just feel like it's the more brutal of the two moves. They're both very good, though.
I'm going to go with the curb stomp.
Nice. Want me to throw my vote in?
All right, you went pedigree? All right.
I'm pedigree also.
All right, pedigree moves on.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So we got this next move. The main move it's a super kick that was introduced in 1983. It was taken on by Shawn Michaels and it became Sweet Chin Music. Going up against a move that has a couple of very famous variations. This move was introduced in the 80s by a Lucha Libre wrestler and later adopted by Eddie Guerrero and Rob Van Dam, most notably the Frog Splash.
This sucks, man. I want both of these to move on. I'm going sweet chin music here. I like the pageantry around the move.
I'm gonna go surprisingly frog splash.
I'm going sweet chin music.
I'm going sweet chin music too.
All right.
I love Shawn Michaels.
That was a surprise. I thought a bracket buster was going to be needed. We haven't really needed bracket busters yet.
Not yet.
I think this next round's going to be.
If we go back to the atomic leg drop, if somebody would just back me up, I would have fucking got it through. All right, here we go. Next move. Let's see. This move introduced in the 60s, most notably used by our man, Cactus Jack. I mean, Dude Love. I mean, Mankind. I mean, Mick Foley. It's the Mandible Claw. Going up against. Okay, so this is a good move right here. This one was introduced somewhere in the late 80s. And the research I found, the earlier of the two people that this is most known for was used by Sting, known as Scorpion Deathlock. But it is most notably used by Bret Hart as the sharpshooter.
Wow.
And Natalia Neidhart as also the sharpshooter. And The Rock as the sharpshooter.
And countless other people.
As the sharpshooter.
Man, I love Mick Foley, but just Mandible Claw never put anybody away, or rarely did. I'm going sharpshooter here, surprisingly.
What are you talking about? He beat all kinds of enhancement talent using the Mandible Claw.
You're correct.
They always quickly tapped out.
Yes.
I'm going to go surprisingly sharpshooter because I really never liked the Mandible Claw.
Dude, I would tell you, like, being put in the sharpshooter is terrible. It hurts. But dude, there is something terrifying about some guy shoving his fingers in your mouth and like, and just like, yeah, dude, like I'm going Mandible Claw.
Yeah, it's an easy sharpshooter for me.
All right.
I'm glad I showed up to this.
What do you mean Jason just got overruled twice in a row?
That was the first one to be overruled.
All right, here we go. Oh, okay. This is an interesting matchup. I like this one. Okay, here we go. Introduced in 1997. What?
Until you picked the wrong one.
Yeah, okay. Introduced in 1997, this move has only been kicked out of by 3 wrestlers. Hulk Hogan, Brock Lesnar, and The Undertaker. From Bill Goldberg, the Jackhammer.
Really? Only 3 people?
Only 3 people.
Yeah, dude, that's heavily protected.
This is going up against a move that belongs to one of the 3 men that have kicked out of the Jackhammer.
Uh-oh.
Introduced in 2002, the F5 from Brock Lesnar.
Okay, look, I hate both of these wrestlers. Surprisingly, I'm going to go Jackhammer because when done well, the Jackhammer is devastating. And the F5, like, dude, most of the time he just does it, like, especially lately, he just does it like 6 times in a row. Like, it's like a joke. Like, I'll go Jackhammer here.
Jackhammer, because to me the F5 is just a guy jumping off the top turnbuckle while on his belly.
Yeah, it's like it's a pancake.
Jason, did you vote for the attitude adjustment, Jason?
What was it up against?
Yeah, you voted for it. Okay. Yeah, it was just a guy like just falling off some dude's shoulders onto his back. No big deal. Listen, it's a jackhammer. It's a jackhammer vote. It's super impressive.
It is.
Jace or Adrian?
Jackhammer for me too.
That's the first sweep.
Sorry,
right.
Brock.
Not sorry. All right, we got this next move here. This move was introduced.
This is brutal.
This one's introduced in the 80s, most notably performed by the Macho Man, the elbow drop. Excuse me, the flying elbow drop. That is going up against. Pretty tough right here. This is
these last 4 matchups are brutal.
This pretty well known finisher, introduced in 1990. The man with the almost undefeated streak at WrestleMania, The Undertaker, the Tombstone Piledriver.
Look, this is going to be a cat, or this pick is strictly who I grew up with watching, and it has I hold no grudges with the Macho Man. I wish I watched that era. I'm just not old enough. I'm going Tombstone Power Driver here.
I'm going to go with the flying elbow drop.
I'm going to join you on flying elbow drop.
Oh, okay.
So question, is this specifically the flying elbow drop or elbow drop?
Elbow drop.
It's the flying elbow drop. You could also use Kari Sane from AEW.
CM Punk. Yeah, I mean,
As long as it was a finishing
Bailey
off the
does
top
it as well.
As long as it's a finishing off the top rope elbow drop.
I'm going elbow.
There we go.
That was a
Now we're
surprise.
talking.
That's what it feels like to win one. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't know.
I was hoping
All right.
for a bracket buster. You should have forced Adrian. I'm just saying, strategy. You should have forced someone to use a bracket buster there.
Hey, Adrian's a man of he's a man of principle. Okay,
He's a man of integrity, like Kurt
he's got
Angle.
Not a
integrity.
sellout.
Yeah,
Dave.
yeah. All right, here we go. We got a move introduced in 1992.
Blech.
This move has only ever had one person kick out ever, and that's Crush. This is from Razor Ramon, the Razor's Edge.
I cannot believe
Now-
no one else has kicked out of this.
Nobody else has kicked out of it. I will preface that Crush only kicked out of it because Kevin Nash didn't get into the ring fast enough to break up the pin, and so Crush had to kick out to preserve the finish of the match. There should have been an undefeated move. Now look, also to be fair, he was only bringing this thing out against like enhancement talent and people that he knew he was going to win.
Hey, but
He
I
wasn't.
am
He wasn't
curious.
giving people the opportunity to kick out.
I am curious, though, just as an aside here. What does Razor say backstage?
Oh, tuck your chin. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, dude, like, what the fuck are you doing, Nash?
Yeah.
This love kick out of my finisher.
All right, here we go. He's going up against a move that's I think it's the second oldest move on the list, something like that. Yep. Introduced in the late 50s, the figure 4 leg lock.
This is an easy figure four for me. Like Razor Ramon does nothing for me. I mean, R.I.P. the man, but his character and his moveset are nothing.
What about Scott Hall? Like,
I didn't watch him ever.
You didn't watch any of the NWO?
No, I didn't watch WCW at the time.
Yeah, I didn't either. Did I? I did watch a little bit of the NWO stuff in the beginning, but
How did you guys not watch any of the NWO? It was the best shit on and it was the best shit in wrestling.
I was all about.
I was watching the Attitude Era, bro. What do you mean? The best shit in wrestling.
no, not at the time for sure. Like, Attitude Era wasn't like 96. Like, that NWO show was 96, 97. Then WWE or WWF got good after that.
Yes,
Yeah,
I agree, but I wasn't watching wrestling at that time.
But you were watching wrestling in the 50s whenever the figure 4 leg lock was going on? Okay, cool.
Maybe it was.
Dave, you voted for figure 4, Jason?
Jason, yeah.
I'm going to go with. God dang it, the Razor's Edge. I watched it today, and I cannot believe more people didn't get injured by that.
Yeah, it's deadly.
I'm going Razor's Edge.
What match did you see? Just curious. I'm choosing
What I
Razor's
did.
Oh, you're going Razor's Edge also?
Yeah.
What I did for the last 2 days is I typed in best of, and then I just filled in the blank for each move on YouTube. And then I would pick a 5-minute, about a 5-minute compilation video of that move.
All right, here we go.
I wouldn't even say that he has the best one. So Razor Ramon. So it's just a good move to me. Anyway, sorry, Josh.
No, you're okay.
I'm already
All right,
prepared for this next one.
Next matchup here, we got a move introduced in 1984. It was created by this man, and I still think to this day he does the best one. It's the DDT from Jake Roberts.
Ooh.
Going up against the most electrifying move in sports entertainment in 1997. Introduced in 1997 from The Rock, It's not the rock bottom, ladies and gentlemen, but it's the devastatingly powerful people's elbow.
I'm just curious, like how do you I don't know if it shows how many people kicked out of that, but
I don't think anyone has.
The people's elbow, it's been kicked out of 1 billion times.
Yeah.
Okay.
well, I'm going people's elbow here. I'm prepared for what happens.
He had a match against Cena where he kicked out of like 3 of them.
Yep.
Okay, maybe. Those matches were so unmemorable. Anyway,
Jason,
Where'd you go?
I went people's elbow.
Oh, okay.
I mean, look, I still pop for that thing every time. Like, I realize it's ridiculous. I'm not here to say it isn't.
And what's it going up against?
DDT. And the
DDT
variants
Jake Roberts.
of
Yeah, the variants.
Or
I'm
you
going to
can
go
do,
DDT.
or you can do Ravens DDT. You can do
Dolph
Gangrel's
Ziggler's
DDT. Dolph Ziggler doesn't do a DDT.
He does.
he does
Not
a
for
tornado.
finish.
Yeah, for specifically finisher, not just a move.
yeah.
Not for a finish.
It's fine.
So you're going DDT?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to go
When done
DDT as
correct,
well.
It looks fantastic.
Dude, nobody does it better than Jake the Snake. That DDT is brutality.
Yeah. I guess I'm going DDT. Yeah.
God, y'all are so
I'll probably
pussies.
go Foley's double under on that one.
Man, Adrian, you're just not thinking strategy. You need to burn them of their busters. You need to get those things out of here.
Well, look, when we get into the
Looks
next
good.
round, we can all vote as we wish. Not in order here. Okay, here we go. Next matchup. This move. Listen, this was not introduced at this time, but it was made popular in 1997. This could be the Stone Cold of this bracket. I don't know.
Oh.
It's the Stone Cold Stunner.
It's going up against a monster, though.
Going up against a monster that some people might feel like it's a little bit of a variation of the Stunner, kind of, sort of, maybe. Look, introduced in 1995 by my man Diamond Dallas Page, then known as the Diamond Cutter, but now more popularly known as the RKO from Randy Orton.
Yeah.
This is a tough one.
Not for me. I'm going Stunner here. Predictably, I suppose.
Man, for me, this is a final.
This could be a finals matchup for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
I am going to go against the grain and go the Diamond Cutter.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. Jason likes to be a contrarian.
I'm also going Diamond Cutter.
Uh-oh.
Whoa. Yeah, Stunner, obviously.
Bracket Buster.
Yeah.
Diamond Cutter moves on.
I knew right away that somebody was going to do that, so it's fine.
Damn. So it's Diamond Cutter over RKO.
It doesn't matter.
No. It still doesn't matter. It's you can use the RKO or the Diamond Cutter. It's the same move.
Well, I know, but I mean, which one of the two?
It doesn't matter. I guess you're just asking his preference.
My preference is the Diamond Cutter because
Okay.
he used it in different ways. He also had different setups for it. He also reverse moves into the Diamond Cutter where most of the time
that was always the fucking best.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, now don't get me wrong. When we get to the next round, I'm going to bring up some of the best ones that I can think of. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Was the Jackhammer one?
Hey, so we don't have to continue this, right?
Yeah.
We're good? We're good?
Are we canceling the bracket?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, good. Do you want to wax poetic for a minute and let everybody interrupt you while you're talking about Stone Cold, or what?
Nah, I'm good. Everybody already knows about Stone Cold. I mean, he should have won this anyway, so it's not a big deal.
All right. Well,
It's not like my
all right.
it's not like my
there was
feelings are
only
hurt.
a couple of moves. There was only a couple of moves coming into this.
Yeah, Jason. Yeah.
Stunner.
That's what you always say. No, I don't care.
The Days was one of them, Dave.
End of days. I'm glad I got rid of that fucking thing.
All right, here we go. Final
Dave
matchup
would
of the
have
first.
quit. Sorry, Dave would have quit if it had been.
Dude, if it had been End of Days versus Stone Cold, I would have literally said Bracket Buster as Adrian was saying his fucking thing. I'd have been like, Bracket Buster. Like, it'd have been done. Like, end of days would have been gone. Fucking end of days. I don't even know how that made the list. Anyway.
Because it's one of the best finishers of all time.
It is.
All right.
It's a joke.
Here we go. Last matchup of the first round here. I got a move introduced in the 1950s with a ton of variations. The power bomb.
Yeah, a billion variations.
Yeah. Going up against a move that was discovered or created sometime in the 80s on a trampoline in this guy's backyard from AJ Styles, the Styles Clash.
Wow. I realize that it's probably not going to win, so this might be more of a courtesy vote, potentially, unless this surprises me. But I think just for the uniqueness, I'm going to go Styles Clash here. Powerbomb is good, but, I mean, yeah, I'm going to throw a vote to Styles Clash here. Keep things interesting.
I think Styles Clash is probably one of the dumbest moves on here's list. I'm going Powerbomb.
That's fine.
I'm also going to go power bomb, but I'm going to be specific, and I'm going to say of all the power bombs out there, I'm going for the Batista bomb. That's a joke. It's absolutely it's the jackknife Kevin Nash release power bomb. That power bomb crushes souls, but it's still a power bomb vote.
Yeah, power bomb for me too.
That's fine.
I'm going with Last Ride.
If I was going power bomb, I would. If I was going power bomb, I would go with the Last Ride as well.
Okay, so we've made it through the round of 32 here. Okay, so I have used a bracket buster, and
I have.
Who else? And Dave has. Okay, so Adrian, you still have 2. Jason, you still have 2. Me and Dave still have 1. If you don't use it by the end of this round, you lose it. So, just so you know.
All
right.
Josh, here they
Dave,
come.
I was going to say, if you just want to run it.
Oh, do you want me to run it? Okay. So,
yeah, I'll just say for the rest of it.
Not going in order?
I'm sorry?
We're not going to go in order anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just to keep things interesting. So, all right. Next matchup, first matchup of round 2, we got the One-Winged Angel going up against the Olympic Slam.
Olympic Slam.
Olympic Slam.
I'm going One-Winged Angel.
Wait. We don't have to who was that, Adrian?
That was me.
What did you say?
Oh, so
I said One-Winged Angel.
yeah. I forgot though. We don't have to go rapid fire here. So do we want to talk about these for a second?
Yeah. Let's not immediately. Let's agree not to immediately throw out our bracket busters. Let's discuss.
Hey, listen. I'm just sad to see that you guys voted your favorite wrestler off the fucking bracket and Kurt Angle over here. Okay, Kurt Angle's Olympic Slam, weak ass shit going against Hulk Hogan over here, and it's
Look,
Kurt Angle's the best. Now all of a sudden he's going against some indie darling that can't make it to like a real roster, and now all of a sudden we're voting for the indies.
If you're even remotely thinking that the WWE wouldn't sign Kenny Omega in a fucking heartbeat, they've tried. He doesn't want to go there.
Yeah, listen, they're dying to bring back the Duke the Dumpster.
No.
Okay?
Listen.
They're gonna sign Kenny Omega and be Kenny the Dumpster Omega.
Josh, your sentence should have just said they're dying, and that should have been it when it comes to WWE.
Oh yeah, but that's not the case.
They got the nose over there, and everyone thought, oh, Triple H is gonna save WWE. Same shit, different person in charge. Same fucking garbage.
How did we get here when we're talking about 2 finishing moves?
Because Josh brought it up. I think the One-Winged Angel is objectively a more brutal move than the Olympic Slam.
I will say this. One-Winged Angel is brutal only because it looks brutal. Like it looks
like it hurts.
No, it looks clunky.
You're clunky,
in my opinion.
Hey, look, let's have this long match, okay? And then at the end of this 45-minute match where we've been kicking each other's ass, okay? I am now going to
hoist you
stand this guy up. I'm going to hoist this guy up on my shoulders, okay? Because, that's going to happen. And then I'm going to fumble around until I get the one arm gimmick. And then I'm gonna drop a Final Fantasy themed, finish on this guy.
Yeah.
It reeks. If I could steal a line from Edge and Christian, it reeks of lameness.
They say awesomeness, which it does.
Yeah, lameness.
Chris Jericho says that's the one move he'll never take again because it's like you actually have to take the fucking move.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah,
It doesn't make it good.
You know, I disagree entirely. I didn't know anybody kicked out of it. I mean, they kind of sell it like nobody does, but it's Kota Ibushi, which is his tag team partner.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he was a young Kenny Omega, and he wasn't Kenny Omega yet.
Okay. Well, hey, I didn't vote for ankle lock. These dudes did. Kurt Angle's. I think the Olympic Sam is kind of whack. Honestly, dude, I don't know anything about the atomic leg drop. That's kind of where I was with that. Anyway, I think the
What
one wing
the fuck do you mean you don't know anything about the atomic leg drop? It put away the best of its era.
I mean, it was so devastating that Hogan had to replace
I hate everybody on this bracket.
The atomic leg drop is fucking mid, and that's being generous.
It's not mid, man.
The combo of it with the big boot.
You voted for the people's elbow.
That's right.
Okay? Which move, realistically, because look, they're both ridiculous.
So who won their dream match?
Huh?
Who won that dream match?
Yeah, the person that was booked to win it.
Okay, that's right. And he won it. And he won it with which move?
Man wasn't going to book somebody from WCW.
And he won it with what move? Which move did he win it with, Josh? Oh wait, I know. He won it with the fucking people's elbow.
I think he won it with Rock Bottom, actually.
The move that was
he won it with the people's elbow.
Scripted for him to win it with.
Anyways, so somebody's gonna have to use a buster here.
No, Adrian already did.
Oh, you already did?
He busted it? Okay. I didn't hear him say that, but okay.
Oh, yeah, he said it. Yeah.
All right. Next matchup here. Swanton Bomb versus Chokeslam and all the variations.
Oh God. Can I bracket bust both of these out?
Dude,
no.
The Swanton Bomb is a death-defying move.
Yeah,
like,
I'm going Chokeslam here.
He puts his life in danger every time he does this.
And he like injured himself every time.
But see, the Chokeslam has issues as well because the Chokeslam only looks as good as the person who's willing to jump up in the air and take it.
I mean, you're not completely wrong. Well, but man, when you choke,
so I'm going to go Swanton Bomb.
Okay, so right now
I'm going to go Swanton Bomb.
We're tied 1-1. Josh, Adrian,
and this is a really hard one for me. Let me think about it for a second. Go ahead.
Josh looks disgusted.
I'm waiting for Adrian. What'd you guys both voted Swanton?
I voted Chokeslam.
Chokeslam?
So it's 1-1.
It's 1-1.
You're waiting for me.
I don't want to support either one of you.
Unfortunately, let me go ahead and go. I'm going Chokeslam.
I'll go Swanton.
Oh God.
He did this on purpose, taking my advice.
Look, I'll burn one here and go Swanton.
Okay.
There we go.
Well, hold on. Just pump your brakes for a second. I need to say something about this. So when I was growing up, my friends loved fucking wrestling. We didn't have cable, and I otherwise just didn't care. It's like playing video games, whatever. But I knew about it, and they talk about it and wear their shirts and fucking talk about it at school, whatever. And one time, I stayed over at my grandmother's house. This was before SmackDown was on network television. And it was on a Monday. It was an odd day. And I was flipping through the channels at 9:30 p.m. or whatever on a Monday night in 1999. And I get to the USA Network, and there's wrestling on. I'm like, oh, here we go. Wrestling. I'll just check this shit out. And I proceeded to see...
Change your life.
Yeah, my life has changed forever. And I mean, and it was with the fucking bang. And there was a man I recognized in the ring named The Undertaker fighting a man I did not recognize going by The Big Show. And they did their classic babyface getting their ass handed to them through the whole match. And then the momentum shift and the build. And, I'm 11 years old. And this motherfucker, Big Show, when the finish of this match, and again, this is my first time watching wrestling, Big Show chokeslams this motherfucker right through the ring. And I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like, I am the biggest wrestling fan of all fucking time now. And I stayed that way. Obviously, SmackDown came out a few months after that, and I was into it. So I credit that chokeslam getting me into wrestling entirely. And
There you
yeah,
go.
so fuck you, Jason. Anyway,
I mean, look, the only redeeming factor for the Swanton is, I mean, look, he did that shit off of everything. Tall ladders, the top of the stage on Raw or SmackDown or whatever it was, off balconies. I mean, he hit the Swanton everywhere. So, look, at least it's mildly entertaining.
Yeah. Walls of Jericho.
Unlike later versions of the choke slam, in which people are picked up with both hands and laid gently on the ground.
I mean, that's not true at all, but it's fine. Walls of Jericho going up against the Go to Sleep. I stand by my previous thing. I think both these moves are well past their prime, but I'm going to go Lion Tamer, Walls of Jericho here.
Hey man, I like CM Punk. I like the cut of his jib. More the WWE CM Punk versus the AEW CM Punk. And I like this finish, man. This finish is actually pretty brutal. I mean, you've seen him hit it a couple times and break some noses and stuff. So I'm gonna go GTS.
Yeah, I'm going Walls of Jericho, Lion Tamer. Sorry, Punk.
The best Walls of Jericho I saw / Lions Tamer was like brought up earlier against smaller opponents. It was Rey Mysterio. Jericho's on the top rope. Mysterio goes up and does like the scissor kick or whatever. He's supposed to just like sling him to the ground.
Yeah.
And Jericho catches him. Yeah, Hurricanrana. And Jericho catches him, jumps off the top rope, and lands in the move. Fantastic. So I'm gonna go Lion Tamer.
All right.
So shout out to Rey Mysterio because he has the best sell for the GTS as well. So yeah,
Basically, because he's a small guy, he can just get thrown around. All right.
well, he's the shit.
Attitude adjustment going up against the Pedigree. This is some serious business here.
This is
I'm going easy Pedigree for me.
I'm also going Pedigree here.
Jason.
I'm going to go attitude adjustment just to be the contrarian, because when you attitude adjust a 500 or 600 pound man, I don't care how weak you say the move is.
I mean, look, the top rope attitude adjustment is legit.
It's impressive.
People have kicked out of that. They've kicked out of it.
AJ Styles, my man.
That's what I'm saying.
Josh,
But look, for the interest of entertainment here, I'm going attitude adjustment.
Oh.
Yeah, Bracket Buster. I mean, Bracket Buster.
Adrian's not even down to trying to hear this fucking garbage.
How many more matchups do we have?
I don't know, but Adrian is out of Bracket Busters. I have one.
I have one, and Jason has one.
Yeah, so we're down to our last 3, and there's 4 matchups.
All right.
So,
All right.
anything can happen here. All right, Sweet Chin Music striking up the band, going up against the Sharpshooter. Brett versus
no!
the Screw Job is alive.
Oh,
Hey,
we're
look,
gonna have to have a kiss my ass jump in
Here's
here.
what I
for,
know.
Montreal Screw Job.
I'm going
Here's
Sweet
what I
Chin
know.
Music.
Brett screwed Brett. Okay, I'm going Sweet Chin Music.
All right, that's 2 for Sweet Chin.
That's 3 for Sweet Chin.
Okay, well, this is not interesting then.
What? The move that retired, the retired,
Ric Flair.
Nature Boy has to move on.
Retired.
Oh, that actually didn't retire because he just had his last match like the other day, and I think whenever Shawn Michaels kicked him,
Oh, I
that
know.
was
He's
like
had
10
like
years
20
ago.
matches.
Yeah, dude, I love the moment where you
it's
could
like
see
matches.
Sean say, "I'm sorry, I love you," and then he
love
fucking
you.
and then he hits him with it. God, that should have
He
been
hits
Ric
him
Flair's.
with the worst fucking kick ever.
Yeah, I mean, because he didn't want to kill that man.
It wasn't the worst ever, but
It was a great moment, though. It was a great moment.
Good ass WrestleMania.
Yeah,
WrestleMania 24.
Jackhammer going up against the Flying Elbow Drop. I'm going Jackhammer here, and I'm not apologizing for it. I'm not a big Goldberg fan, but man, in his prime when he hit this, I'm not talking about nowadays, but like in his prime when he hit this, it was very devastating.
the thing
When
that
he
the
hit
thing
Paul
that,
White with that,
yeah, the thing with
yeah.
the thing with the elbow drop is, I think the nostalgia of being back in the day and having, like, say, WrestleMania moment and Randy Savage come flying off the top rope and the whole stadium that they were in or arena or wherever they were, and all the picture bulbs go off. I mean, it's a devastating move. And
well, they always
and
had a good angle of
hurt.
it too. Like they always had that right, like
Yeah,
that angle
and
where you're looking up at him and he fucking hits it.
It hurts the guy giving it probably worse than the guy receiving it, unless you land it wrong.
Yeah.
It's a tough call.
All right.
Ooh.
I need votes.
I'm thinking, man. Like, so look, I'm thinking. So far, I said we're thinking of Randy Savage, and I'm thinking of Carrie Sane or Carrie Hojo, whatever you want to call her. But dude, what about Shane O'Mac? With
Yeah.
his leap
Oh.
of faith, the
Yeah.
outside.
Oh
no,
no, dude!
even
That,
off-
I'm gonna tell you that might just I might just flip my vote for Shane O'Mac because here comes the money.
Here comes the money.
Damn,
that's a tough one,
dude,
I'm going elbow drop.
God damn it, Adrian! That might have no bracket buster needed almost. I'm gonna wait and see how this turns out.
I mean, I'll put my vote in for elbow.
All right, so right now it's 1-1, but I will say I am on the fence. I could be convinced.
I'm gonna go with flying elbow.
God damn, man, that I don't know. Josh, it's up to you.
I'm gonna go jackhammer.
Ooh.
Okay,
That move is absolute devastation.
in the interest
I'm
of
gonna bracket bust it.
okay, all right. I'm not gonna. I was gonna say I wasn't gonna switch in the interest of the bracket buster. All right, jackhammer moves on. Golly, that's brutal. If Shane O'Mac would have been brought up before I cast my vote, I might have been a flying elbow drop from the beginning. That was a good call, Adrian. Okay, we got Razor's Edge going up against the DDT.
I'm gonna make this one quick. DDT.
I'm specifically going. Man, here's the problem. I don't like the DDT.
Oh man, there's so
Dave,
many
let me ask you a legitimate question.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a legitimate question. Have you actually seen Jake the Snake Roberts do the DDT?
I've seen it. It's just not memorable.
Okay.
It's not memorable because like it became like a regular move.
I think that's the problem.
Like, at the top.
It's nothing against
Look,
Jake the Snake.
He's the
but-
innovator of it.
I mean, look, it's
And he still does the best one.
see. I think. I mean,
Nobody-
obviously that's
nobody
that's very
does-
subjective, but
Nobody does the version that Jake Snake did.
I don't
Well,
even.
yeah. So like different variations of it, I would say like are my preference, but that style that he does, yeah, he does the best one.
Yeah. I mean, look, Randy Orton's got a good DDT. I mean, it's not a finish, but he's got that.
Off the
I don't know.
rope,
What,
Okay,
Yeah.
I do like the Scorpion Death Drop. I don't know if we're counting that. It's a reverse DDT.
It's a variation.
I guess you can, yeah.
If we allow
Would
that,
that include the zigzag?
Well, the zigzag's like a jumping.
yeah, I don't think the
reverse
zigzag
space buster
counts.
or some shit.
Okay.
I think it's you know, you hook their head and you fall backward, right? If we're allowing the Scorpion Death Drop in a surprise twist, I'll go DDT.
Scott Steiner used to have a variation kind of too, didn't he? With the Frankensteiner, it was like a suplex version of it.
Yeah, with that, I count that more as almost a jackhammer, like adjacent.
Okay.
But I'll go DDT here. I just have no. I don't have any memory of the Razor's Edge other than like YouTube clips I've watched.
The Razor's Edge. Look,
Dude.
I'll say this again. I've said it earlier. It's a dangerous move for the person taking it because of the way that it's given. Like you're falling basically straight on your neck.
I just don't think you're a real wrestling fan if you haven't like had a toothpick in your mouth and you take it out and you flick it, right? And you speak with that terrible like Cuban hey yo accent. Yeah, it's a Razor's Edge vote, man. That move is so good.
So right now we're 2-1. DDT Razor's Edge is 1.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with, like I said earlier, Scott Hall's version of it's not my favorite, but they're just the crucifix power bomb in general. And there's a sit out pin version of it. It's fucking sick. I'm going crucifix power bomb.
All right, so that's tied up.
I'll
Josh,
use,
you're out, right?
Yeah,
I'll use mine right here.
So you're out. So I'm the only one with one left.
That's bad news bears right there.
Yep.
Here we. Hey,
Because he's coming. He's coming for revenge right here.
Yep, and I will be voting last.
Wait, I'm sorry, Jason. What did you vote for? Like who? What won that one?
That was DDT.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
In the final matchup in the second round, with me holding the final bracket buster. So basically, it is what it is. RKO / Diamond Cutter going up against the Power Bomb and all its variations.
Look, man. Some of the best moments I think in wrestling have been Diamond Cutters or RKOs. I mean, the first one that comes to mind is the Rollins. Goes for the stomp. It gets propped in the air and hits that perfect RKO.
Jason and I were at your house for that.
Yeah, that was a huge moment.
That was amazing.
Dude, I mean, Diamond Dallas Page was just a fucking revolution back in the day on WCW with that move first.
He was the only reason I watched. He was the only reason I watched WCW until Goldberg really.
That dude was 45 whenever he was on top of the world. Like, he was 45 years old. He just started wrestling when he was 40.
And he still looks good.
Yeah.
He looks older, but he still looks good.
I'm going Diamond Cutter.
Damn, Diamond Cutter.
Adrian?
I'm going power bomb.
Oh, God.
Big time.
All right. I'm going to go Power Bomb.
Of course.
So that I can pick the winner, right?
Of course.
So
Wait, you can change your mind. Bracket buster?
I have the last bracket buster.
So you can change
here?
You can change your vote.
Yeah, I can choose my winner, right? Or I can just change my vote.
I mean, dude, think about how many just out of nowhere oh shit moments we've had with the RKO. I mean, it
became a movement. It became a movement.
Dude, Evan Bourne doing a sunset
Shooting star press
into the fucking RKO, or Shelton Benjamin jumping across the ring into a fucking RKO.
Yeah, that shooting star press into the RKO, that was so close to not making it happen, but it was perfect.
So,
dude, how many times you tried to RKO your kids?
So
how many people used to get RKO'd?
I can't even talk. So here's my legitimate problem: is that. And this doesn't mean this is where I'm voting. I'm just saying my legitimate problem with the RKO is it's not often – the match often doesn't end after he catches somebody with it.
Usually – see, the thing is usually it's a situation in which it's instigating their
match. Yes, I know. That's my problem is it's not often a finisher.
Dave. Look in our Discord chat.
Look.
Clicks were.
Look.
I can't look in our chat because it's going to mess up the YouTube. So
that's shooting star press RKO.
Look, DDP, he finished people with that move.
Yeah, I didn't watch WCW.
This was a time when he
almost ended the streak.
Yeah, this is a time when they let people finish people with their finishing moves. Okay.
Dude, that reversal from the jackhammer to the diamond cutter, that was fucking classic. Mm-hmm. Not going to lie.
It was.
Dave,
I thought
you disgust me with the fact that you didn't watch any WCW. Dude, that was good shit for a long time. For 83 weeks. If you want to be specific.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do.
Wait, before you do it, these guys sold you on RKO. Let me sell you on Powerbomb.
Oh, God.
Look, man, there's not too many that are perfect. Like when you said Batista bomb, I was like, man, he has the worst sit out power bomb ever. But okay, I'll take it.
I only went his because it's a finish. I mean, the best sit out power bomb is Sami Zayn.
Oh,
but he doesn't finish people with it either.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't bring it up before. But Batista's is actually a finisher.
Well, so what wasn't D'Lo? Didn't he have like that running sit out power bomb? Then there's the
That was the
spirit
Sky
bomb.
High thing.
Yeah, that was the the draws killer.
Oh,
That's right. So Keith Lee does the sit out. It's called the Spirit Bomb, and it's a sit out last ride. It's fucking devastating, man. Look, I mean, power bombs. I mean, it's legitimately a killer fucking move. Whereas the RKO, I mean, man, I feel like the Diamond Cutter is just, it's different, so it's better. But I don't know, man. I just feel like the power bomb is.
Here's the problem. Nobody else is just doing cutters out there like randomly. Like other people just have power bomb in their move set.
I mean, look,
like it's just a bomb and that's it.
I will tell you, in AEW, like, dude, RKOs happen all the fucking time.
Everyone does the cutters. Well, they had power bombs too, though. Well, I mean, do you RKO someone through a table, or you power bomb a motherfucker through a table?
I think you. And okay, so I'm glad you brought that up because
Why we didn't talk about introducing like
okay, no.
Like
I'm just saying. I'm glad you brought that up because both of these moves are done through tables, or traditionally done through tables. So, I really have no idea. I mean, I first did this just to fuck with y'all, but now I legitimately have no idea what I want to do.
You are way too happy about this, bro.
This is cheesy.
Do you really want the move that knocked out the stunner to lose in the next round?
No, listen.
Is that what you want the history of the stunner to be?
You're selling it the wrong way, bro. You're gonna make them want to get rid of it.
No, man. Because I mean, look, now the stunner's gonna go down in this bracket history as being knocked out by some one and done fucking like person. Don't you want to be knocked out by the Cinderella story that has a chance to make it to the finals?
Look. I will tell you, I was gonna already go with the RKO. Anyway, but now I'm gonna switch. No, I'm gonna go RKO here. I'm gonna lock it in. I'm gonna basically change my vote, and I'm gonna go RKO here. Mainly, even though it's kind of cheesy and it's not really anything we've talked about, but for me, it's the 3D. And I know it's a double team move, and I get that, but essentially the 3D is an RKO that's just like a boosted RKO.
Yeah.
They used to fucking 3D people through tables. You're right.
So that's I'm it's kind of cheesy, but I'm because of that I'm going RKO there.
All right.
So
I mostly chose power bomb because RKO would win that, but whatever. I like.
So we're down to the final four matchups, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
This is
no more bracket busters. So
yeah, we're done.
If we have any ties, we're gonna have to talk it out.
All right, here we go. One Winged Angel versus Swanton Bomb. I feel like this is Adrian's final right here.
Oh God.
I'm going One Winged. I'm just gonna come out right with it. Not really expecting anything to happen, but I'm just gonna go One Winged Angel.
I'm not a big fan of the One Winged Angel. Every time Hardy gives the Swanton, it's with total disregard for his own life.
Dude, he puts his life on the line every time. Like Kenny Omega is putting other people's lives on the line every time he puts them through that move. He is an unsafe, selfish prick. That's why I'm going Swanton Bomb.
Okay, like real talk, I don't know that Kenny Omega's actually ever really injured somebody like
look it up.
Like that. So
I think he injured Chris Jericho, but nothing serious.
Chris Jericho's old, so I mean it is what it is. Chris Jericho injured Chris Jericho.
Okay, well, I bet Jeff Hardy wouldn't injure Chris Jericho with the Swanton.
Jeff Hardy injures himself with the Swanton Bomb, which is why he had to change how he does it.
Exactly, bro. He is putting himself through pain and misery for you, Dave.
I can't.
You're betting against this man.
I can't support a drug addict. I can't support a drug addict who hurts his family.
You think Kenny Omega's not on fucking drugs?
Half this list is on drugs.
Get out of here with that.
I can't support somebody who's bad for his family. What'd you say, Adrian?
Hey, look. At least Jeff Hardy is headlined to WrestleMania. Fucking Kenny Omega, what's he headlined? A fucking flea market down the street?
Kenny Omega has only been voted like the best wrestler in the world, twice in a row. But whatever.
Yeah, cool. In some nerd magazine.
Try Tokyo Dome, but anyway, I'm going Swanton Bomb.
All right.
Hey,
All right.
Swanton advances.
dude, the Swanton
Look,
sucks.
Jeff Hardy, Big Show, and
Dude, how did we let the Swanton get into this far? That move sucks.
Because you fucking people keep voting for it.
I didn't vote for it, dummy.
I tried to take care of it in the first round, but I can't let the one-winged fucking angel.
You're so stupid. You had the chance.
That move sucks, dude.
Multiple
that move
times.
is awful.
You voted it over the choke slam. You kept voting for it. You've never not voted for it. You people have let it get this far. Bro, you voted for it every time.
What was it up against?
The choke slam, and then it was up against End of Days. I got rid of it.
Oh,
I got rid of End of Days.
I didn't vote for Swanton against that. So now you're lying.
Yeah.
So you could have got rid of it in the second round against choke slam.
You could have gotten rid of it in the first round by voting End of Days.
End of Days sucks.
Choke slam is so weak.
End of Days sucks balls, and so does Baron Corbin. I hope he listens to this.
Well, first
Baron
you gotta learn how to say
Corbin?
his
Yeah, Baron Corn shit. Fucking fat gut
Look,
McGee.
dude, the Hardys kept me into pro wrestling. Like when I was, like I said, Big Show and Undertaker got me into it, but I stayed watching for the Hardy Boys. So it's got to be Swan.
Look, when the Hardys came back at that WrestleMania a few years ago, that was a big pop, man. And he did the Swanton off that giant ladder outside after doing a ladder match like the day before for some other promotion.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hardy Boys suck. Walls of Jericho going up against Pedigree. This is an insta Pedigree pick for me.
Height of wrestling is Hardy Boys.
A TLC match.
Yeah.
TLC
All
1.
right, so what's the next matchup?
Walls up against the Pedigree. Walls of Jericho. Lion Tamer.
Well, Dave, I feel like this is my
Final.
my main event here, my final.
You want to wait till last? Let's see what.
No, I'm thinking of my answer.
Okay.
All right, Josh, Jason.
I just can't go with a submission move this high into the bracket. I don't value submission moves. So I'm going Pedigree.
I mean, look, we already have the unthinkable, which is an aerial move, which none of us ever thought was going to even make it out of the first round. So
Yeah, I love the Swanton Bomb.
yeah, until you guys voted it over.
voted over that mid Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Dude, I used to love that movie.
It is a good movie.
How dare you, man? That was the return of Schwarzenegger.
It was.
It was a Schwarzenegger sans. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and then he did the Sixth Day, and then some other collateral
Another
damage.
Good movie. Another good movie.
What's wrong with those?
Yeah, Dave.
Those early 2000s Arnold movies fucking blow, just like the End of Days wrestling move.
Wow.
Dude, they fucking blow away all the other shit coming out at that time.
Dude, imagine being Baron Corbin. Yikes.
You said his name right.
Dude, imagine seeing Sixth Day and not thinking that it was better than Terminator 2.
Imagine your career is thrown in a dumpster when John Cena buries you, because that's what happened. He had a career and then John Cena threw it in the dumpster.
No, actually, Vince McMahon buried him because he writes all of that shit.
Yeah, he sure does.
Well,
John Cena.
I don't remember Vince McMahon being in the ring. I remember John Cena being in the ring and saying those things. So that's what I lived through kayfabe. So,
Dude, you know who Baron Corbin lost his cash into? And I'll never forget. Like it's such fucking bullshit. It was Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
Imagine losing a Money in the Bank cash in to Jinder Mahal.
Hey,
Golly.
They pushed Jinder all the way through that first Crown Jewel event.
Yeah.
And then
He was on top
imagine
of the world.
Then they buried him.
Imagine valuing Jinder Mahal more as a champion than Baron Corbin. Oh, but wait, he's got a really good finisher.
Well, no, they value the people that root for Jinder Mahal over Jinder Mahal. Right. Like the 1 billion people over there that are going to root for him.
Anyway, End of Days sucks. It's gone.
They would have let him do that to John Cena. Trust me.
End of Days fittingly is buried just like the wrestler.
This matchup.
I said Walls of Jericho versus Pedigree. I've been said that.
I know, and then y'all just talked about everything else.
You have a short memory.
Pedigree.
Okay, Pedigree's winning.
I'm Walls of Jericho on this one.
Okay, so you lose. So Pedigree moves on. All right. Sweet Chin Music versus the Jackhammer. It's been a nice run, Jackhammer. I'm striking up the band and going Sweet Chin Music.
It's a tough one.
Oh, all right, same. That's 2 votes. So this is already gonna get serious.
Ooh. I'm gonna go Jackhammer. It's a more devastating move.
Here we go.
All right, Josh. Are you gonna force a discussion, or are you going to vote correctly?
So, Jason, you said the more devastating move, but if I go over to your house right now, it's hey, let me pick your old ass up and drop you on your back, or
let me kick you in the face.
See, here's the thing. There's a difference in the way that the jackhammer is given, because you are vertical, and you are vertical all the way down until the very last second. When he pulls
and then he
you
just
in,
doesn't drop you on your back. He slams the shit out of you.
Yeah.
I mean, does he? Or does he cradle you?
No, that's
I will tell you right now.
Vicious power bomb.
I will tell you right now, if I had to take one of these moves, and I mean this, and maybe I would be picking wrong, I would rather take the jackhammer than somebody Sweet Chin Music me. I would be too scared to take a Sweet Chin Music. Because I would flinch. I would flinch.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Are we talking about the fake version of this move? Or are we talking about a real life version of this?
I'm talking about the fake version of both of these moves. I feel like I would rather take a jackhammer.
Well, so if we're talking about taking them in the ring, I mean, I'd probably take the Sweet Chin Music, because jackhammer, dude. I mean, now that I'm actually sitting here thinking about it, dude, that if you don't take that, or rather, when you take a Sweet Chin Music, I mean, obviously he's gonna kick you as safe as he possibly can. Jackhammer, dude, you're gonna be slammed right on your fucking back, and I'm 35. I can't be getting slammed on my fucking back.
Yeah, think about it. He was doing DDP when he was 45.
Yeah. I think about this for a second. So whatever your answer is, Josh. I mean, I don't know. I might be a little on the fence. So let's see. But no, I mean, look. But real life, like I said, try to get kicked in the fucking mouth or slammed on your back. So
I don't know. I look at it as what you see as far as presentation.
I mean, I think the Sweet Chin Music has all the presentation. I mean, it's literally
what'd you say?
The pageantry.
Pageantry, yeah.
Dude, I mean, the stomp, the crowd is all into it. They know it's coming.
Yeah, so does everybody.
Everybody in AEW does a cutter. How many people in AEW do a fucking super kick?
Everybody.
Dude,
every one of them.
But do they do it with all the build up and everything to it? No, they don't.
I mean, how many people use the jackhammer?
Dude, it's basic. It's not that unique of a move.
Doesn't the tag team?
Oh, it's not. There's only one guy that does it.
Okay.
Wait, isn't the tag team that is in AEW who are they?
The Young
Bucks. Guys, the Young Bucks. Don't they super kick like everybody like 100 times in a match?
Not 100 times. You're just it's exaggerations, but they do use it.
It's more like 63. Yeah.
Okay.
Are we really going to argue over the semantics? Every one of these moves is used by other people. Like we're talking about the best version. We're talking about the best versions of these moves.
Well, okay, if we're talking about the best version of it, Dolph Ziggler does a better super kick than Shawn Michaels does.
That's your opinion. Dolph Ziggler is a shit wrestler.
Oh,
he's a shit wrestler?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's just patently false.
Okay. That's just you being upset that we're not.
I would say at the the overall package, but wrestler, I think he's really good. Really,
I'm voting jackhammer.
2 jackhammers, 1 Sweet Chin Music.
It's two and two. It's tied up. I mean, look, I really don't care who wins this, honestly. Like, the jackhammer's a good... I mean, look, every one of these moves is good. So, I mean, they made it this far. So, and I've
changed your vote. Their mind.
I'm not changing my vote because you guys are dickheads.
You didn't care who won.
I mean, look.
Because I figured Adrian was going to change his vote, so I'll just stick with mine.
So...
He was the one on the fence anyway.
Lashley and Batista adopted the jackhammer. They only did it for a while. I mean, I don't know. It was pretty fucking awesome, though. It's a good fucking move, man. But as far as Sweet Chin Music goes, I feel like Shawn Michaels just is my all-time favorite wrestler.
I look at it before you vote, Adrian. I look at it in their later parts of their career, right? Shawn Michaels, right up to the end, still did a great Sweet Chin Music, and it still felt like it meant something. Like
the last time Lesnar wrestled, he did a great jackhammer.
Lesnar?
I mean, I'm sorry, Bill Goldberg.
Dude, he barely holds these motherfuckers up. And he's gassed
That's
3 minutes
fault
into the match.
They're sandbagging him.
No.
They're sandbagging him.
They're not sandbagging him. He just can't fucking do it.
Dude, what
You
about...
just can't get over the fact that Brock Lesnar is the greatest wrestler of all time.
What are we saying? Where Brock's move was eliminated in the first round.
I'm sorry, that Bill Goldberg is the greatest wrestler
Jesus.
of all time.
Can you change your vote already? You don't even like this man.
He went 287-0.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And Josh apparently didn't even know who he was. Josh was like, man, this bald guy's really good. I'm bald too. I like him.
That's right. That's why I like Hulk Hogan.
Huh?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I don't remember how long the streak was.
Yeah, it
Hold on.
was highly inflated, but I think it was like 200 and something 0 or something like that.
Damn. It was old Big Sexy that ruined that, huh?
With the cattle prod.
Oh, that was old Scott Hall. Man, look, the spear combo.
100. It was 173 now.
So was he like? Was that like 3 years of just being undefeated in WCW, or was that like house shows and shit?
That was everything.
They were counting house shows too when they wanted to in between TV. But I mean, there were some good wins in there. I mean, look, there was a lot of enhancement talent, but I mean, he beat Jericho's ass a few times, and
That was before Jericho was who he was, though.
Yeah, we all know he ended Bret Hart's career.
He's the reason why. He's the reason why Chris Jericho went to WWE.
I think it was more like a punt, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it a super kick or was it like a punt?
No, it was a punt kick.
Yeah.
And he gave him a concussion.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I don't think I can change my so where do we go from here? Do we start fucking rock paper scissoring or what?
Hey, look, I can scissor you guys. We can do that. If you want.
Scissor me, daddy ass.
Yes, that's right. There's no way I'm changing my vote.
Let's flip it around. I feel like Bill Goldberg absolutely had the athleticism to do a super kick. Shawn Michaels was way too small to jackhammer. I mean, he's jackhammering like Rey Mysterio, and that's it.
Dude, if Goldberg actually tried to do the Sweet Chin Music the way that Shawn Michaels did, that dude would just come up to like your belly button.
Then you would think he's the greatest wrestler of all time.
No, I wouldn't. Why are we all of a sudden now crowning Bill Goldberg as the greatest wrestler of all time?
Did Shawn Michaels ever go 173-0?
No.
Josh, as you said, that's the writers booking it.
What really?
Now it's convenient for you to say that, huh? Okay.
Yeah, what really?
I'm just repeating what you said.
Is when Shawn Michaels slaps his leg really hard to make it sound like he hit somebody.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, Bill Goldberg. You know he slams that dude into the ring.
I think that's just an acceptable part of wrestling, Jason. Like we know they're not really really hurting each other as much as they can, right?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What I mean?
We just had this long discussion on which one we would rather take.
So, what is your argument exactly? Because I'm not understanding.
I'm just trying to say, poke holes in the jackhammer. Then.
Well.
There's
Bill
been
Goldberg
plenty.
can do the jackhammer if you don't have fucking horse string.
I'm just saying, there's been plenty of whiffs on the super kick.
I'm just saying that for longevity's sake, the Sweet Chin Music still can look good regardless. You can Sweet Chin Music anyone, and as long as they sell it, it looks good. The jackhammer is strictly up to Goldberg, and if he's not physically able to, which lately he has not, when he's done it against The Undertaker, when he's done it against fucking Brock Lesnar, he barely fucking holds him up. It's practically a suplex because he can't fucking do it.
He should probably not come back.
I would say that there is a big help from the other person taking it, though. Like, I'm no. Anyway.
So we had a small drop in frames, guys. So we may want to. Somebody needs to wrap this up, just in case my internet is giving me problems.
Okay, well, I just said Shawn Michaels is my favorite wrestler of all time. Who's about to say Goldberg is their favorite wrestler of all time and actually mean it?
That's you put your hand down because you're lying.
Look, fine. I'll change my vote. Sweet Chin Music is a superior move.
Hey, here we go.
He's a superior wrestler, but it's not the superior move.
All right,
Not. All right.
DDT going up.
I'll take that.
DDT going up against the RKO. I think this is like no fucking contest. RKO like every day and twice on Sunday.
Diamond Cutter.
Yeah, Diamond Cutter.
Okay, well that was easy.
Going with that one.
That was fucking Doink the Clown versus versus
Brock
the Rock.
Lesnar?
No, a good wrestler, Jason.
You said Doink, so that pretty much eliminated.
Here we go. This is not the Final Four I imagined when we were doing this. It's Swanton Bomb and against the Pedigree. I'm going Pedigree here. The Cinderella story can't make it all the way to the end.
The Cinderella story can't be the
Swanton
Cinderella story if it dies right here. Swanton Bomb.
Josh, are you tying it up? Please tell me you're tying it up so we can have this discussion.
Dude, it's 100% a swap pedigree. Okay.
Good.
Swap pedigree.
Okay.
that's right.
Okay. Look.
Come on. Like,
Okay.
It can't be the Swanton Bomb here. The Swanton. I mean, look, it's cool. He can jump off of stuff. That's fine. Okay, but Paul Levesque and his giant nose. Okay, he's dumber. He's dumber. Dumble underhooking your arms, and he's ramming your face directly into the ground. He's reverse teabagging you. Okay.
The one thing that I will say against the pedigree is there are so many bad pedigrees taken because the person receiving it does not want to hit the canvas hard. And so you see a lot of these pedigrees in which the face never even touches the mat.
Yeah, but let's talk about Mick Foley taking the pedigree though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mick Foley took that shit on fucking tax.
Yeah.
Unprotected. Like, his arms were still hooked.
Yeah.
Fucking sick, man. Yeah, anyways, I was joking. Fucking pedigree. I mean, come on, guys.
All right, good.
What are we doing here?
All right. Sweet Chin Music versus the RKO. Dude, I really don't know.
RKO.
I'm not going first here.
It's the superior move.
It's not.
I'm going first.
But
RKO Diamond Cutter.
I mean, look, the
I
fun thing
like
about
Shawn
both of these
Michaels.
moves. Go ahead.
They're quick.
Go ahead, Josh.
I was just say the best thing about both of these moves is they can come out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
And that's been some of the best moments of these moves, right? When Sean uncorks it when somebody's jumping off the top rope,
and you can
or
do it to
something like
anybody.
that. Yeah. Both of these are like, I think this is really the finals, personally.
I would say my issue with the later Shawn Michaels super kick is that it stopped being out of nowhere, and he always had to, fire up the band. And it's like, if I'm the person in the ring about to take the super kick in real life, air quote, like I'm just listening for the stomp and then I'm rolling out.
Okay, but obviously that can't be a factor because this is wrestling. So
You had just an elbow dropped. Like your chest is killing you. You're in pain after a wrestling match. You gotta like crawl your way up. You don't know what's on the other side because it's loud in that arena. And
Stomp.
I mean, I don't know that you can hear that over the crowd, over the roar of the crowd.
Okay.
I've seen the Sweet Chin Music or a super kick, if you will, like connect with somebody when they're doing like a moonsault and he hits them while they're upside down.
Oh yeah.
God, dude, that is devastating. I'm gonna keep things interesting. I'm gonna go Sweet Chin Music here. I just think it's such a, when done properly, both these moves, to be fair, when done properly, is so fucking devastating. Like, there's some super kicks that I see. It's like, I don't even know how that other person isn't concussed. Like, realistically. Like, I put it in slow motion, and it's like, their foot is literally hitting them. So I don't know how they're not hurt.
This is a tough choice, honestly.
Oh, no, look, I agree.
There's no wrong choice here, in my opinion. There's no wrong choice.
Yeah, I've said, Squid Chin music is a great move done by certain individuals. And I mean, the person who's going to take it, they need to be close enough to look like Contact.
Oh, it's
and when it's done right, it's great.
Yeah, I'm going Sweet Chin. Going Sweet Chin on this one.
Josh is like, oh no, fuck. Wish we had some bracket busters.
Yeah,
I know.
So Josh knows that if he votes RKO here, somebody's got to flip. Yeah, we have to argue it.
Well, I mean, Josh flipped last time.
Yeah.
I just think back.
You've never really been a big fan of the Sweet Chin music, to be fair.
No. Look, I've been a big fan of Shawn Michaels. He's fantastic.
I don't think you voted for the Sweet Chin music once.
Well, I mean, it depends on what it goes against. But my problem with Sweet Chin music, and look, this gets lumped into some other moves, and you and me have talked about this before. Like, when you have to play to the crowd before doing your finisher, I can't stand it.
Dude, I love that. That's part of wrestling.
I prefer it to be part of the move, knowing that it could come, and it doesn't have to be specifically out of anywhere or out of nowhere, but it's in a realistic match. You're not going to telegraph it. It's like watching a heavyweight fight, and then Mike Tyson says, "Hey, I'm about to throw my haymaker."
I mean, look, my opinion is if you don't want it to be telegraphed, then watch UFC. But this is wrestling.
Oh no!
Also,
I like better storytelling where you don't need a telegraph. I would rather have a move be a what do they call it? A blind. I can't remember the terminology. Where you're wrestling, you turn around and you turn into it.
I mean, look, there's
somebody on the ground waiting for them to get up.
I mean, I like both of those types of moves, but like part of wrestling to me is getting enthralled in the moment, and plus the crowd participation. Like if you're there, if you're in, and we haven't talked about this yet, but if you're in the crowd when Shawn Michaels is tuning up the band and you know it's coming and you think maybe this is it, maybe he's going to win the title, dude, you're fucking all in. You're all in. Yes. If you're in that crowd in the 90s when Shawn was really in his run and you were a fan of his, dude, I mean, if I would have loved to be in that crowd at that time. I mean, I was too little.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem for me. I don't like Randy Orton. Like, I hate Randy Orton. And like the Royal Rumble that me and Jason went to, he won. Dude, that was awful.
God. It was awful. We wanted to sit there just sit down and cry.
Yeah.
In San Antonio?
Yeah. But I love Diamond Dallas Page. Like, he does the superior version of the move, but we only had so many years with DDP. He was too late into the game. And we got a lot of good years of fucking Sweet Chin music, including the best Sweet Chin music of all time, which was Marty Jannetty through the fucking plate glass window in the barber shop. So I'm going to go Sweet Chin music.
Okay. I don't hate it. I just, like I said, when we're getting into this final grouping, I'm going to nitpick.
Yeah. All right, Dave, do the third place matchup first.
All right. In third place, we have the Swanton Bomb versus the RKO. In this case, I would go RKO.
RKO.
Yeah. I'll go Diamond Cutter.
Okay, so it's 3-1. RKO is third place, and Swanton Bomb is dirty toilet water. All right,
fourth out of 32, Dave.
It's pretty good.
Godly, dude, Swanton Bomb should not have made it. Anyway, whatever. Pedigree, Shawn, in a fitting matchup, Shawn versus Triple H. Pedigree versus Sweet Chin Music. D-Generation X. this is probably showing all of our ages here and what eras we watched. But DX in the final. Yeah.
I'll come out first. Switch in music.
Wow.
I think the DDT. I mean, I think the
Pedigree.
I think triple. Yeah, the pedigree. I think again because of either safety standards or the way that people take it, it just looks really bad nowadays.
Big man pedigrees were always terrible, like Kane and Mark Henry, and they were bad.
Yeah, they're just too big, man. You can't get them over and do it right. And the problem is that shit is like inevitably it's always reversed. Like at least once, and if not multiple times, and it's always a backdrop, or it's like it's whatever.
Not shot or something.
Dude, it's the hardest move to pull off, and it's. I was literally talking to somebody about this at work the other day. I was like, dude, there's no way this thing like moves on because I'm not going to vote for the pedigree because it's too hard to set up and do correctly to like every single person, and yet somehow I've had to vote for it a bunch of times because it's been up against a bunch of bullshit. But now it's not up against bullshit. It's up against Sweet Chin Music, and I'm going Sweet Chin Music.
Adrian?
Wow.
By the way, Triple H is my favorite wrestler from the Attitude Era days, so that does hurt. But
I was going to say Triple H did win. Spoilers for those who haven't seen it. Triple H did win our best wrestler. Our second best wrestler bracket because we omitted Stone Cold because he would have just fucking ran with that thing.
Yeah, I'm going Sweet Chin Music. Were y'all there for Taker versus Shawn in 2009 here in Houston?
No.
I rented that WrestleMania. I remember watching. I think the opening match was
is a Money in the Bank.
No. Maybe it wasn't 2009. Which one was it where you had William Regal versus like Jericho in the opening match or whatever it was?
That's WrestleMania.
I think that was WrestleMania 8. Yeah.
Okay. That was not a good WrestleMania. In my
WrestleMania.
The earlier matches were not very good.
Okay.
Anyway.
But I remember renting that pay-per-view.
I'm also going Sweet Chin here.
Where were you at on this?
It was a sweep.
It's a Sweet Chin sweep.
Yeah,
sweep in music, am I right?
A sweep chin music.
And now this is okay. So anybody who's made it this far and didn't quit on us, see, like this, I wouldn't have had either one of these moves in my finals, but because of matchups, this is the way it happens.
Yeah,
and I'm okay with it, man. I mean, Sweet Chin Music is I think it's a viable option to be the best.
Look, just to talk, I like to talk about these things because it's interesting. So to get here, let's talk about what these two specific moves had to beat to get here. So the pedigree beat the stomp, it beat the attitude adjustment, it beat the walls of Jericho, and it beat the Swanton bomb. So Triple H went through Seth Rollins, John Cena, Chris Jericho, and Jeff Hardy.
One time. I
don't know, Josh. Those are some serious. You said it went through some bullshit. Those are pretty good, man.
And then so the Sweet Chin Music went through the Frog Splash, the Sharpshooter, the Jackhammer, the RKO, and it swept the pedigree.
It should have been eliminated in either one of those prior two matchups.
The Sweet Chin Music was only voted against a couple of times. It swept the Sharpshooter. Sweet Chin Music had the best record. I don't think any bracket busters were used. Yeah, no bracket busters were used for either of the. Oh no, sorry. There's a bracket buster used for the pedigree to move the pedigree on against the attitude adjustment.
Okay,
that was me.
Yeah. So.
You know what was better than Sweet Chin Music? End of Days.
The end of days? No. All right. So Josh, take us home.
Yeah. So hey, we've settled it now. We now know that Sweet Chin Music is the greatest wrestling finisher of all time. Congrats to Shawn Michaels. It is a great move. Super fun to watch. Giving us a lot of enjoyment over the years for sure.
As if his career had not hit its zenith.
I think it peaked.
Tonight.
I think it peaked tonight.
Yeah.
Josh is like,
hey, if you if you liked what you heard, give us a like, give us a subscribe to the channel. We got some different content coming up here in the next few weeks. I say this every week, but I think we're still approaching our 200th episode somewhere down the line here, where
Eventually.
we're going to have the Tournament of Champions, which is going to be the first 16 winners of our brackets over the years here, going up against each other to determine the best thing. So that'll be fun. And we're also going to be changing up the format a little bit on the Metalhead's journey. We're going to, now that we're into the top 25 albums, we're going to focus in on each album every time we do Metalhead's journey. So instead of doing 5 every time, we're going to do 1 a show. So the next Metalhead's journey we do, is that going to be next week?
I think so.
yeah.
We're not sure yet. It's going to be the Merciful Fate record. I wasn't prepared. I apologize.
Don't break the oath.
Yeah, there you go. So we'll be talking about that. So we're going to do that next week.
Yep.
Right on. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you. Live long and prosper.
Take it easy, everybody.
Later.
Rings of Saturn should have been on this list. See you.